Hello everyone and welcome to the FMC Grand Prix of Germany, let me see if I can pronounce this right, the Der Globe Preis von Deutschland. That's the only word I think I pronounced right in the end. But it's a 3.3 mile circuit and they've done it in turn one. What are they? Oh my, it's not the actual race. This is the formation lap. But anyway, we have a grid of Tonin getting his fifth pole in a row, Salami, Haijo, Proton, Pierre, Dare, Emma, Fande, who's not racing, then Kubson, MP, K-Moy, Arcane, Zant. They are the racers today. And why are they doing on the formation lap? Anyway, it's going to be a 30-lap race. And if their laps are not going to count if they keep doing this. But anyway, I've got no speakers with me today. I'm on my own as always. But we are here then. We are here. We are FMCing today. We are racing like racists. K-Moy's in the wrong place, obviously, because that is not his place. But anyway. Dare, I made a mistake on the grid. So, Emma, you're supposed to be where Emma is. Oh, sorry. Dare is supposed to be where Emma is, and then, yeah, it's supposed to follow the names, not the numbers. That's my fault. There's widespread confusion about that, I think. Yeah, just move up, everyone. RK, mate. RK. I saw that. Anyway, so we are ready then, I think, to go racing Hockenheim. Many would call it a very inappropriate word, and then Heim. Well, and then Enheim, actually. A British word for a private part in male people. But anyway, I wouldn't risk it for a biscuit. But here we go. 5 lights above the drivers as they rev their engines, and they will go. Oh! I said I was going to say they will go now. I say go in chat, as I have done before, as I did in Suzuka. As I do at every race. Okay, K-Moy, bro. That's a penalty, K-Moy, bro. Yeah, same grid pause, same grids. Same grid. Arvin has overslept, and then he went shit, and then everyone went. Because not everyone's in VC, so that is more Arvin than me, bro. I made my mistake. I'm not going to say that next time. Because y'all cannot associate with the word go. Okay? Arvin, that's unfortunate. Back in your grid positions, lads. Your original ones. Follow the drivers, not the numbers. Okay, guys? It was my mistake on the grid anyway, and I couldn't be bothered changing it. But, I was gonna... Yeah, that's my fault anyway. Just go to in the positions you were before. Yeah, I think the back's sorted. So I'm going to start counting. If anyone types in chats, I'm giving them a penalty, because why not? Because I'm harsh like that. But anyway, 5 numbers above the drivers, and they will go out. Made that clear. Now, and it is lights out, and away we go. Hydro gets a great start from P2, but he can't get on the back there. But let's go to the back, where there's a number of gangles of cars here, and Proton goes down the inside. No one comes together with anyone, but it's a chaotic start for RK. Aguri, Zant, Madcar picks Kubson onto the grass. Same with Emma, but on the inside, they're going 3 wide into the chicane, as Proton gains 2 positions from there, and Hydro has had a terrible start. As at the back, Aguri and Emma come together, but Anyway, off the track goes Proton. Hydro regains that position as the two MP Motorsports and K-Moy fighting up ahead. Hydro keeps the podium position, but it's a dream start from Salami, and especially from Tonin, who's going for his 5th win in a row. And Dari goes round, but he re-enters there, not unsafely, but into the path of other cars. And RK is now going for 2 positions in 1. He can try to go around the outside turn 1. But it doesn't work. And Pierre there gets past Hydro, but Hydro goes off the track. He's now under pressure. Pierre's going off, giving his teammate the position. Hydro versus K-Moy there. K-Moy gets down the inside of Hydro, and RK gets hit by Zant. Comes back on. There's a huge battle in midfield as Zant nearly turning into his teammate there. As RK down the inside of Madcar Pix just gives him a little love time. Madcar Pix, what a move on Zant. As Zant's just lost 3 in 1, now 4 in 1 as Kubson just gets a bit tangled up with him. But the midfield battle is definitely the most interesting as here. K-Moy versus Pierre. 4P5, V4. As Hydro, is he going to go to the inside? Hydro's pretty puzzled on where to go here. As Dari and Aguri in the background, who wants to be last of the late breakers? Emma's very far back. We are going to expect a safety car at Hockenheim. Oh, and there's a Pierre goes into K-Moy in the background, but loses out to Hydro in the process, but might go down the inside here. Gets the move done very greatly as Madcar Pix going for a bit of a little cheeky move on Hydro. Round the outside, which then becomes the inside. Great move from the Briton. But Hydro gets it back through the final corner. What is going on there between these two drivers? Pierre goes off to the gravel. He might outbrake himself here. This is the battle for P5. But here's the two Jordans. Kubson versus Aguri. No team orders down there. There as Aguri goes to the outside. Switches it back to the inside. Kubson goes out wide. Aguri hits him for good measure. Not a hit for a penalty. But wow, what a move from the Filipino. And Kubson gets a penalty also for good measure and serves it off the track, lets his Polish compatriot RK pass. Tonin looks to be absolutely dominating this race, and Salami looks to be getting his 2nd podium in a row, actually. And Hydro versus Madcar Pix behind. Pierre looks to be slower than the 2 behind. Hydro gets down the inside, hits Madcar Pix a good measure, nearly off the track there. Madcar Pix gets ahead. These are all aggressively fighting as Hydro nearly goes into the back of Madcar Pix. The braking there, it's okay, but what is going on in the midfield as Madcar Pix now looks to try and launch an attack on Pierre around the outside, hits Pierre, turns in too early, and Pierre now gets a penalty, and Pierre will be coming up and saying he might need a penalty for that. He turned in too early, I was still alongside. And he is going to go on to the team radio and say, well, that's not right, is it? As he's off the track and everything, as he loses out to Dare as well. And Kubson, and then RK, and then Sant and Emma. Emma's last. Emma looks like she might be about to get lapped within the next couple of laps as Aguri. Now down the inside of Hydro, they go alongside after the 2nd hairpin on the track into the braking zone. Who's going to be last of late breakers? Hydro, but Aguri's going to get that inside line, and Aguri takes the place. Good move from Aguri, and K-Moy's passed Proton onto the podium places. Hydro, who was P3 at the start of this race, for his first ever race in Formula 1, he is putting a stellar performance. And Tonin, and Zant and Tonin might have come together. I don't know if Tonin's going to have something of a recording of that on an on-board recording. But he might. And Aguri versus Hydro. Let's go back to that. Hydro tried to launch move down the inside. He gets alongside with Aguri. Gets back past. Hydro, who was 3rd fastest in qualifying, is keeping Aguri, an F1 veteran at bay. But Aguri gets the inside line and gets through on the Chinese. Oh, and he's off. And he's done a Vettel. He's done the Vettel 2018 as Hydro. But he gets back on in a clear space. Zant's blue flags whenever. He'll have blue flags on K-Moy. And Proton behind as well. Dare,
One thing, except not in the FMC.
Yeah. Thank you, Kui. Zant is not in VC, as Kui just said, so I just let him know in chat. And Zant is going to retire from the race. Zant is going to retire as he does retire, and I think lag spike, there is a lag spike. Only minor, but who was affected? But anyway, 2 Greeks on the podium today. That would be brilliant, as Dare is keeping in touch with Pierre. Haijo versus Kubson. Haijo has kept Aguri at bay. Will he keep the... Oh, and he nearly gets down the inside. Kubson goes onto the graveling, and I think he outbroke himself because Haijo was trying there. And just something, Gator has announced his retirement with immediate effect, and Dare has overtaken Pierre as well as we talk of this. Madcar picks closing on Proton for P4. But Gator said, I'm announcing my retirement from Madcar forever with immediate effect, and nothing will ever bring me back. Which is heartbreaking to see. The owner, one of our fellow owners, one of the most successful racers in FMC, retire. He will forever be one of the best drivers not to win a World Drivers' Championship. And Dare is now closing on Pierre, gets down the inside and so on. Pierre goes really wide. Will Pierre have a go? He cannot have a go. This is the battle for P6? No, P7. So, this is the battle. We're not even at half race distance yet, and it's just been battles after battles after battles, not the boring race that they said it would. But now, another pole comes onto the back of Haijo in the terms of RK. So RK's had a very mediocre season himself. Madcar Pix has got past Proton. But RK's had a very mediocre season on his own. Oh, and Haijo goes off, and RK's hit Haijo. And RK gives the position back. It wasn't a penalty-worthy collision, but he's still, out of sportsmanship and respect. Yeah. Out of sportsmanship and respect, gives the position back. Now, Tonin is now coming up to Emma, Kubson, and RK. None of them are in VC, so they will not know. Oh, and Pierre and Haijo. Pierre's gone off somewhere. Haijo is also going to get blue flags as well, as Tonin laps Emma. We'll come up to Haijo and Kubson as Kubson finally gets past, actually. So, when is there going to be a safety car? The safety car would shake up this race to a very, very good race, an anticlimactic race. RK is now closing on to the back of Pierre. Looks quicker. Haijo blues when you can. Without losing any time, Haijo. You just have to pull over and let Tonin through because he's lapping you. Yep, and Haijo might have lost a little bit of time, but does heat up blue flags. Next up is Kubson, RK, and Pierre. But RK looks to be right on the back of Pierre here. Pierre's decline in this race has been really... Oh, RK down the inside. It's an aggressive move, but Pierre still gets that position. But RK is going to have the slipstream down the main straight. Pierre chops across. Was he within one car length there? We won't know. As Pierre down there, he took the inside instead of the outside. Might lose a bit of gearing. Here comes RK with the slipstream. Where's he going to go? He's going to go to the outside of the hairpin. What's going to happen here? Pierre's on the inside. Pierre keeps the position. RK has better gearing. Oh, is RK disconnected? He's in the middle of the track, and RK is disconnected. He will be classified. Kubson, Haijo there with Tonin. Haijo heeds again, but Haijo looks quicker than Tonin. I don't know why. Cub blues and Pierre blues whenever. And Kubson there with Pierre, who went really wide. Kubson then went really wide. And RK has been disconnected. Kubson gives the positions, and so does Pierre, but also loses it to Kubson. But Kubson might keep that one. I don't think he does. Tonin gets a penalty. Salami is getting absolutely hammered by K-Moy, who looks quicker at this part of the race. Oh! And Pierre's gone off. I don't know what's happened there. I don't know if it's safety car worthy or not. But he just went spinning. And I don't know why. I think he's just been, you spin me right round, baby, right round. Okay, I'm not ever doing that again, bro. I did the F1 theme last week. Hydro lets Tonin through without Tonin losing time. Hydro breaks. I think he was going to go into the back turn there. Kubson. Tonin's gone off. Tonin's gone off. And Tonin has left the session. And Tonin has DNF'd from the race. The game is on. Salami has never ever won a race.
You must be joking.
Salami has never ever won a race in Formula Madcar Classic, and it could happen today in Hockenheim. It's K-Moy versus Salami, the Greek Bonanza. What is going on? Aguri gets P5. Salami is going to be absolutely pushing. Salami will need to push. I think Salami, with 10 laps to go, it's Greek versus Greek. And Salami looks to be already trying. He's tried to extract everything. K-Boy's won this season. He's won his fair share of races. Salami has never ever won. Let's stop spectating and let's stop putting the pressure on the Greek. Because Proton versus Madcar Picks is now a battle for the podium.
Information on Tonin, he disconnected.
Yep, thank you. Information received from Tonin. K-Moy has closed up a fair share on Salami here. Kubson's going to have to get out of the way. Kubson's going to have to get out of the way here. Where is he going to get out of the way, though? He gets out of the way there for both of the leading drivers. Slots back into somewhere where he can't. Oh, and Kubson. But here's the battle for the lead. We have to watch the battle for the lead here. Because it is absolutely peak. Salami versus K-Moy. First Greek battle for the lead I have seen in generations of FMC here. But it's all up to Salami now, who seems to be quicker. But it's K-Moy with that little hint of slipstream. Is K-Moy going to go for the dive? He can't. But there, Salami makes a mistake. K-Moy might go around the outside. Where's the space? He has none. But here, the outside of the hairpin, there is space. Who's going to be last on the brakes? K-Moy sees the inside, but Salami gets the better gearing. What is going on with the Greeks here? And Madcar Picks gets past Proton, but K-Moy takes the lead. K-Moy has taken the lead of the German Grand Prix, and Salami is now going to have to... But he's got the inside, he's got the better gearing out of the final corner. What is going on? Salami was on the inside. K-Moy shut the door. K-Moy turns in on the racing line. But here, and Madcar Picks has left as well. And it's another disconnection. Is it that warm? Salami gets down the inside at the hairpin. And something's happened. Safety car. VSC has been deployed. VSC, Josie, you're not allowed on stage, by the way. K-Moy, it's fight to the line within the regulations. K-Moy now needs to back up the pack. K-Moy, you will now need to back up the pack. Salami, you are behind K-Moy. I think Salami's trying to give the position back. Go very slowly to aid the unlapping. But Aguri's on the podium. Aguri's on the podium. I think Emma lagged into him there, but with 5 laps to go, everyone is going to be bunched back up here. It's a late race safety car. Tonin could have been champion this race. If he won the race, he would have been World Drivers' Champion. As Angel, Arvin have not attended, as K-Moy is now going to have to back up the pack. Everyone needs to unlap. K-Moy has had an abysmal season with M&R. It's not the car. It wasn't the car. It's just the fact that there were faster cars and faster drivers. But K-Moy has shown this race, consistency is key. And now we have a mixed up grid. We have a mixed up everything. We have mixed up everything. We have... Wow. This is going to be the greatest ending to the German Grand Prix. We are going to have two of the biggest drivers, Salami K-Moy, versus the underdogs of the grid. Proton, who's never won a race in FMC but has the most podiums. Aguri, who's never won a race but has raced for the most seasons and never won a race. Dare, Hydro, Kubson, who last won a race 2 seasons ago. It's going to be next lap. Next lap. Then we have Dare, who's raced since season 3, but has never won a race, but has got his fair share of podiums. He's had 2 podiums in his history. Hydro, who was in his first ever race. Pierre, who has never won a race but has had podiums. And Emma, who has never had podiums. Ever. In FMC. Emma will catch for the end of the lap. K-Moy, just slow down a little bit so Emma can catch. I will say control when it is control. Because it is not at the moment. Emma needs to catch. So we will go back to racing. I'm not going to end under safety car. There are 3 laps to go after this lap, which everything could happen. Control is given. K-Moy will slow down to back up the pack, but he will not brake check. He will not weave to ensure that every car has equal putting. When will K-Moy go? When will MNR go? He goes now. Aguri has the best restart. Pierre also has a good restart. So does Hydro. But Pierre on the grass gets a little bit less momentum into turn 1. Salami's gone off wide. Aguri gets into P2. Salami is under pressure of Proton. Then it's Hydro, Pierre, Dare, Kubson, Emma. What is going to go on towards the end of this race? Proton nearly into the back. Dare into the back of Hydro. And Pierre has got past Hydro. Kubson passed as well. Aguri is closing on K-Moy here. Aguri could win this race. Is he going to do something stupid? And he goes alongside. Aguri's on the outside. K-Moy on the inside. Who's going to get the better gearing? But K-Moy has got no slipstream whatsoever. I'm stuttering here because I can't comprehend what is going on. And Aguri into the back of K-Moy, but K-Moy did move across. Salami still has a chance here. The lead battle is absolutely peak. As here comes Salami. Is he going to overtake Aguri? Aguri's trying everything to get onto the back of K-Moy at the moment. There is 1 more lap to go after this lap. Who will come out on top? The top 3 are separated by a second. Oh my god. Aguri is absolutely pushing. K-Moy makes a bit of a mistake in the hairpin there. Who's going to come out on top? As we go on to the final lap of the race. Is there going to be any penalties? I don't think so, because it was a boring race. Here comes Aguri. Here comes Salami. Who's going to get the win? And K-Moy's made a mistake. Here comes Aguri. He has the slipstream. He's got the tools to make him come P1. He's on the outside. Is K-Moy going to turn in? He can't. Aguri down the inside. He's going alongside. He's going to go on the outside. Is he going to get the gearing to get there? And Aguri around the outside. Aguri is in the lead. Aguri takes the lead of the German Grand Prix and Salami in second. What is K-Moy going to do? As Aguri is now going to come round the final corner. And Aguri becomes a race winner in FMC. Aguri wins the German Grand Prix. K-Moy P2, Salami P3, Pierre P4, Hydro P5, Dare P6, Kubson P7, Emma P8, Proton P9. Aguri becomes another race winner. It's a new race winner in Formula One. It's a new race winner. And Jordan pick up their first win in 2 seasons. Salami gets the fastest lap of the race for good measure. And it's 2 Jordan constructors on the podium.